Good morning, friends. I hope that everyone is warm and safe, and yeah, this has been pretty wild. I want y'all to know, first of all, my hair looks crazy. It is what it is, but I'm really happy to be with y'all to get into a routine and just get some exercise in today and help you guys do the same. So it's Tabata Thursday. We're gonna get into our Tabata drills. If you don't know what that is, we're gonna do one exercise or two very similar exercises for 4 minutes. And the way it works is that you work for 20 seconds, rest for 10. Work for 20 seconds, rest for 10. So you end up with 8 20-second sets of work, okay? I do my Tabatas a little bit different. I like to mix it up. We don't do exactly the same thing every 20 seconds. Again, we do one exercise or two very similar exercises, or maybe we do one side and then the other, etc. All right, first exercise today is going to be squats for 20 seconds and squat jumps for 20 seconds. So we'll continue to alternate those. If you'd like to add challenge to your squat, feel free to pick up a pair of dumbbells or a dumbbell or anything with a little bit of weight to it, okay? We're going to start with our normal, everyday, traditional squats in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're squatting and we're back up, and we're squatting and we're back up. I'll turn sideways so you guys can see that squat. We're sending the hips back. We're keeping the chest up, and we're breathing. Don't forget to move those arms. Don't leave them behind. Rest for 10, and then we're going to get into our squat jump. If you're holding your weight, you could be holding it here, you could be holding it here, you could be holding it here. It's up to you. Here we go. Squat jump. If the jump doesn't work for you, take it out. Just do the squat. Just keep working on that squat, and don't worry about the jump. Exhale on the way up. Rest for 10. And then we're going to get back into our squat. Let's talk about squat form for just a second, since we're going to be doing it anyway. So I say this a lot. Pick up your toes when you're in your squat, like this, right? Sink down into the heels and pick those toes up off the floor. That will keep your knees tracking behind your toes, which is really what we want in a good squat. Rest for 10. And then we are back to the squat jump. We're ready. Let's go. Move those arms if you're not holding weights. They're up when you're down. They're down when you're up. Don't let them just dangle like this. Get them involved. Rest for 10. We're halfway through these. We have 2 more rounds of each. So, how about picking up those toes? Sink down into the heels. Push through the glutes on the way up. Toes are up off the floor. Rest for 10. We're back to our squat jumps. If in fact you are doing squat jumps, let's go. Again, if the jump doesn't work for you, maybe it's not good on your knees or your lower back, you're just squatting with me. Rest for 10. 1 more round of each. Getting ready for that squat. Here we go. The beauty of the Tabata, it's only 20 seconds. No matter where you are in your set, you're almost done. So when it starts to feel hard, you can just remind yourself that it's almost over. Rest for 10. Last round of squat jumps coming up. We're ready. Let's go. Give me that exhale at the top. not just bending over. All right, let's have a very quick little break. And then we're gonna get into some bicep curls. So if you don't have weights, I encourage you to go to your pantry, grab a couple of cans of artichokes or refried beans or soup or whatever you have in there. You can also do this with a band. If you have a band, or just hook it under your feet. We're gonna be doing 4 different styles of bicep curls. Now, if you really truly don't have any weights or any other equipment to use, then you're gonna be doing push-ups. You're gonna be down on the floor doing staggered hand push-ups. It'll look like this the first 20 seconds. We're gonna rest for 10, we switch, and it looks like this for 20 seconds, okay? All right, that's what you're doing if you don't have weights. If you do have weights, we're starting with our bottom to the middle bicep curl. And we're going in 3, 2, oops, let's try again, 1. So we stop right there. We're long, and then we stop right in the middle. Stop where the elbow is at 90 degrees. Exhaling at the top there. Rest for 10. And then we're gonna go middle to the top, middle to the top. Roll those shoulder blades down, tuck in the pelvis. We start here, all the way up, stop at 90. Don't let your weights pull you forward. Stay in control. Almost there. Rest for 10. Then we're going for a full range traditional curl. Palms are out, shoulder blades down and back, tuck in that pelvis. Here we go. All the way up, all the way down. Be mindful not to let your weights do this to you, okay? Don't swing them, curl them, and you stay in control. Rest for 10. Now we're doing a full range hammer curl. So palms are in, facing each other. We start here, and it's all the way up, all the way down. Same rules. We're not letting the weights pull us forward like that, and we're not swinging like this, okay? Stay in control. Elbows in tight. Rest for 10. Now we're back to the top. We're doing all of that one more time. So we have bottom to the middle. Ready. Shoulder blades down and back. Here we go. We stop right there. I encourage you to use a mirror or to use your camera to make sure you're stopping at that 90 degrees. It's really easy to go just past it. Stay with me. We're almost there. Rest for 10. I'm gonna stretch a little bit. Arms out, thumbs down. Push it back. Grab those weights, middle to the top. Here we go. Be mindful not to let the weights weigh your wrist down like this. Okay, curl it in. I know it's getting hard. We have 5 seconds. Rest for 10. I'm gonna stretch it out again. Just pulse it back behind you with the thumbs down and the palms facing back. Here we go. All the way up, all the way down. After not exercising for 2 days, I might be feeling a little regretful that I chose 12s instead of 10s for this, but I'm gonna stick it out. And I hope you will too. Rest for 10. Last set of bicep curls, we have that hammer curl. Bottom to the top. Ready? Here we go. All the way up, all the way down. Stay with me. Remember, it's only 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds, right? Excellent work, y'all. Excellent. All right. Next up, we're going back to the lower body. We're going to do a dynamic reverse lunge. So if you want a little more challenge, feel free to hold a set of weights while you do this. You can hold them here, you can hold them here, you can hold one dumbbell right here at the chest. Otherwise, you're just following along with me. And I will give you a modification if the dynamic part doesn't work for you, okay? All right, we're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Here is your dynamic reverse lunge. We step back and lunge, we throw the knee up, we give it a little bounce, we do it again. Modification, you can just bring the knee up without the bounce, or you can just stop right there and just do the lunge. Hands are up, rest for 10. And they're moving with your body. So one of my, the other side, let's go. One of my mentors, she talks a lot about this. We don't walk like this, right? We move our arms with our lower body when we're walking and moving, and it's the same thing when we're exercising. Rest for 10. If you let the arms move, naturally they will. But until, other side, until you get used to that, keep your hands up and then bring them down when the knee comes up. Hands at or above the heart. Pull them down as the knee comes up. Rest for 10. And then we're going to the other side. Ready? Let's go. 90-degree knee in that lunge. 90-degree knees, plural. You should have 90 in the back and 90 in the front. So right there, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Exhale at the top, rest for 10. We're halfway through these. 2 more rounds on each side. I'm going to show you what it's not, okay? It can be easy to start doing this right here, right? It's not a step back, it's a full-on lunge. Really get in that bend in the knee. Big exhale, rest for 10. And in order to get that bend in the knee, you gotta get that back heel up off the floor. Ready? Here we go. Look how far my heel is off the floor. Big exhale right here. Bend that knee. We have 1 more round on each side. Ready? Let's go. Keep a little space horizontally between your feet. You don't want to step right behind the other foot. If you do that, it's a little bit harder to balance. It's not the end of the world. It's still a great exercise. But keeping that little bit of space between the feet really just helps you keep your balance better. Last one. Let's go. Big exhale. Right here. All right. Next up, we're coming down to the mat. I'll check my notes real quick. Yes. So if you have dumbbells, grab them. We're going to be alternating between a chest press and a skull crusher. So it'd be 20 seconds of chest press, 20 seconds of a skull crusher, okay? If you don't have weights, then your exercise is gonna be plank. So you'll be holding plank and add any kind of challenge you want to that. You can be on the elbows or the hands, that's up to you. So you'll be holding plank the first 20 seconds, and then you'll be doing tricep dips the second 20 seconds. So your dips can be on the floor or they can be on a surface like a chair or a coffee table, but it's push-ups and tricep dips if you don't have weights, okay? Those of us who do, we're coming on down. We're getting ready for our chest press first. Weights are gonna be up over the chest like so. We're gonna bring them down into our 90-degree elbows. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And we're here. If you would like to add something to it for a little more challenge, you can do the leg raise. That's totally optional. Rest for 10. And then we have our skull crushers. We bring our weights together, and I'm gonna bridge my hips just to add a little something. So we bend and extend. The bridge is optional, you don't have to do it. So bend, straighten, don't move those elbows, they stay in one spot. Big exhale. Rest for 10. And then we're back to our chest press. Weights up, legs up if you're doing the leg raise. Let's go. We're pushing through those pecs on that press. Make sure that when your elbows are down, they're at 90 degrees. They're like goalposts. Rest for 10, and then we're back to our skull crusher. Put your weights together, hips up, and here we go. Keep your elbows narrow, not wide. Keep them in nice and tight. Squeeze those triceps all the way up. Loosen your grip on the weights. Make sure you're not squeezing your weights too hard. That takes away from the work. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see my elbows here. I want you to know, let's go, that I'm here and not here. Here, not here, okay? Wrist directly over the elbow when you come down. Push through those pecs. And I'll stay here for the skull crusher so you can see that I'm putting my weights together like this, right? And here we go. Keeping those elbows nice and narrow. Making sure my triceps are doing the work of getting those weights up. Rest for 10. We have one more round of each. One more round of each. Ready? Let's go. Exhaling at the top. Push through those pecs. Rest for 10. Here comes our last round of skull crushers. Ready? Let's go. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten. Big exhale at the top. Awesome. All right, guys. Next on the agenda, We do dogs in this class a lot. We're going to do some that are a little bit different today than I learned in another class I took last week. So, I usually have you guys put an elbow down because we're taking the leg out laterally to the body. This time we're taking the leg directly behind us. So, we are going to be on the hands, on the palms, okay? Wrists directly under the shoulders. This is the basic exercise. You're here and you're here. The foot is flexed. You're pulsing. We're going to make it more fun, if you're up for a challenge, by putting a dumbbell behind the knee. I know, I'm insane. So your 10-second rest is going to be your transition from one side to the other, getting that dumbbell on the knee. So let's see if we can get this going. It's my first time doing it for you guys on camera. But I did okay in the class, so let's see what happens. All right, here we go. So make sure your shoulder blades stay pulled back. Don't sink down into your shoulders like this, okay? Push through your pecs, flex your foot, and pulse it out. And pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Make sure your back is nice and flat. Resting for 10. Switching it over. Getting in position. Here we go. I might, since I have 2 dumbbells, I might just put the other one on there, have it ready to go. I'm going to try that next. Make sure your back is flat, don't round it out, don't sink down into your shoulders, and pulse and pulse. Rest for 10. All right, other side, here we go. So the knee should be relatively in line with the hip. If you're way down here, your dumbbell might be too heavy. Keeping that back nice and flat. Rest for 10, and then we'll go to the other side. Ready? Let's go. As always, anytime you're in a position like this, keep your head up. Don't be here. Go ahead and set your gaze about 12 inches in front of you and leave it there. Don't look at your foot, don't look at your knee. We are halfway through these. 2 more rounds on each side. If you want to check your form, look at your image on the camera. Ready? Let's go. Or you can look over your shoulder, but don't look at it like this. As soon as you do that, your form is sacrificed and you open yourself up to injury. So keep that head up. Rest for 10. Another challenge that I'm finding is keeping the hip down. When you pick up that leg, that hip wants to rotate up. Try not to let it. Try to keep that hip down. Keep that foot flexed. And pulse it out. Almost there. Rest for 10. 1 more round on each side. Ready? Here we go. Pick up that head, flatten the back. Get that knee a little higher. Flex that foot. All right. Last round of these guys. Let's make it as perfect as we can. How about it? Ready? Let's go. Head is up, back is flat. Wrists are underneath the shoulders. Knee in line with hip. Foot flexed. And we pulse, and we pulse, and we pulse. 5 seconds. work on that new exercise, you guys. We have one more drill. We're going to be doing a single leg reverse crunch. Single leg reverse crunch. So you're going to be on your back, like so. You're going to cross left ankle over right knee. You're going to crunch up. This is home base. We keep that crunch the whole time we're working. So this part is not moving up and down. We want to hold it, okay? And the rest I'll show you as we get started. 3, 2, 1. We're going to pull that knee in, rock the hips up, take the leg out to hover. Here's the reverse crunch, and then the hover. Modification if you need it. Bend the knee, bring it in, set it down. Bring it in, set it down. You don't have to do the full rocking of the hips, right? That full reverse crunch if it doesn't work for your back. Other side, let's go. Knee in, hover. As we bring that knee in, we're keeping it at 90 degrees. So we're not bringing it in, it's not like this, right? Keep that knee at 90. It keeps the core really engaged. And exhale on the way up. Rest for 10. Ready? Here we go. We're pulling the belly button in as we bring that knee up. Pull it in. Head and shoulders off the mat. Rest for 10. Back to the other side. Now I have my fingertips resting behind my ears, lightly supporting my head. If you need a little more support than that, you can go ahead and cup the head with the hands like so, but just be mindful to not pull on your head, right? You're cradling it, you're holding it. Rest for 10. We are halfway through these. You can cradle it and hold it, don't pull it forward, okay? Ready? Let's go. Chin toward the ceiling. These are hard today. All right, guys, switching sides. We're ready? Let's go. Pull that belly button in. Modify if you need to. You can always set the foot down in between reps if you need to. One more round on each side and then we're done for today, y'all. Ready? Let's go. Keep that chin up. Shoulders off the mat. Last round of these, guys. Ready. Here we go. Last 20 seconds of work. Get it in, you guys. Make it count. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Woo! You haven't done those in a while. All right, friends. This is it. Thank you for being with me today. And yay, the power stayed on the whole time. What a lovely little gift. So I sincerely hope that you all have your electricity, your water, the people you love with you. And yeah, let's do this again tomorrow. All right, same time. Y'all have a great day.